games. No, I don't wanna play no games. No, I don't wanna hear your promises. You do you, I know to me that's just the way it is.
Boom.
Hey. And you know it, JT, and you know it. The van is done. Been done, Mark B. What's occurring here? There's some comments flying in here. We're going to be having a bitch and a moan, aren't we, today, I think. But we're here for it. We're all here for it. Fucking hell, Brett. Don't get them talking about Beal. We signed Beal for like more than 10 million, so he has to be absolutely sensational, doesn't he? We better get him introduced. Push. Biddly bo. Yes, yo. You know what time it is. Get that badger in and on and over here. We had to move back to get his greatness in. There ain't nobody down round here. We've got a big weekend coming up. I'm too high up, I think. We've not got enough badger action there, have we? Is that too low? Am I just not far enough back? Why does the badger seem lower? Or is it an optical delusion? Could be a delusion. Yes, Joe, there certainly are. Yes, AO. Mingy lad, ass ripper, Gito, Mr. Whitesnake, 78 RPM. Welcome, JT. Brett Howist. Boozer's been had, ass ripper. Boozer has been had. It was my mate's birthday, and he couldn't hack it with big boys. He ended up going home at half time. Yes, BMG. He ended up going home at half time. Well, he didn't go home. He went to another pub because I don't know what was going through his head, to be fair. And then I ended up absolutely spandangled. I said I stayed off it on Friday, Saturday night, ready for the weekend. And to be honest, it made that second half much better against Notts Forest because, you know, if I'm brutally honest, the result doesn't matter to me when I've had a good day. I just think, oh, well, fuck it. I'm a bit more like, I've just got to deal with hangover tomorrow rather than thinking about the onslaught that goes on online. I joke, I kid. Yes, BMG. It's awful. It's been an awful. I'm not going to say it's been an awful week afterwards, but it ain't good, is it? So, and it's hard to bat it off. But to be honest, you know, what's that saying where if I don't know, if you keep expecting what I'm going to make my own saying up here. Because if I say if you keep doing the same thing, you know, that's the first sign of insanity where everybody will just say that about Farker. But my main thing is not to be surprised often. The less you can be surprised in your life, the better I think you're going along with it. So I'm trying to learn not to be surprised about every time we lose a game, about the madness that sort of ensues online. Because if you keep being surprised by it, then it's having too much of an effect on you. It's like anything, you know, if a loved one keeps fucking you over, or if your mate keeps letting you down or whatever, and you're still like shocked by it and surprised, then you're a loser, aren't you? You need to just be like, well, yeah, that you knew that. We knew that. We know that this bit happens. We know that when we lose, it's Farker out and we're all in. We've already had the underlap and it's been decided Farker out. It's all about Bamford today. On to pastures new. 49ers seemingly giving Farker 4 games. But the 49ers didn't back him in the summer with what he wanted. Do you believe? I mean, where's this? Because I've seen it. I've seen a few people post it, and you know, they're focused on survival until that comes out of my man Parag's mouth. In that just 49ers to seal Daniel Farker's fate after latest Premier League manager development. Daniel Farker may have just been dealt the final blow, blah, blah, blah. The German has been coming under increasing pressure at Ellen Road. Who's the increasing pressure by, though? This is what I mean. It's very loud. It's been very loud, the onliners, but I don't know why. I don't know where this increasing pressure is coming from. I honestly think there's some secondary agenda flying around. I thought everybody expected this. Tim Sherwood recently suggested that Leeds' dismissal of Farke is inevitable, and the writing appears to be on the wall for the boss. Mark Jacobs. Understand Fulham are weighing up the future of Marco Silva. Tensions are mounting with Fulham only a point above the relegation zone. And Silva, who is a free agent this summer, has proven reluctant to sign a new deal. This has been Fulham's preference since the summer. Why is that Leeds news? Then everybody's underneath it commenting about Leeds, Marco Silva. That's a Fulham story. You know, I've seen the Brendan Rodgers story. I've seen the Marco Silva story. It's all like Marco Silva's Premier League record is overwhelmingly stronger than Daniel Farke's. Daniel Farke's had 60 games in there. Marco Silva's had 220. He's had 4 teams in the league, Marco Silva. I don't know. Look to the future. Get Ange P in and on an ovary. Get in, boom. Joe Depp, I would be off my seat, off my chair if big Ange comes in. I'll be off my chair for all the wrong reasons. Time to resurrect that Muppet clip. Start of your vids. Muppet Bamford. Have you seen the video? He looks like he's in a bathtub. He literally look. Let me find it. It's meant to be like the reveal of him, and it looks. Somebody's commented saying, "Why is he in his nan's bathroom?" It's a mad photo. A mad image. Let me get it here. Let me get it up. So here is it. Are we ready for Christmas songs yet, fellas, or is it too early? You know, who knows? It's mentally. See, I've got it here. Excited to be here and can't wait to put on the shirt. Bramwell Lane in front of you guys. Hi, Blades fans. Really excited to be here and can't wait to put on the shirt. Bramwell Lane in front of you guys. Hi, Blades fans. Really excited to be here and can't wait to put on the shirt. Bathroom in front of you guys. What is going on there? Really excited to be here and can't wait to put on the shirt. Bramwell Lane in front. Why is he in his nan's bathroom? How bad is that? How bad is that? It's crazy. We need to start thinking about who are potential replacements. We all know these Muppets at Leeds. We all know replacements are. It's all same shit all the time. We'll just pull somebody else off at conveyor belt. Andrew's overrated tosser did well in the Farmers League. To be honest, I believe Farke is convinced of the 49ers type of soccer he wants to see Leeds play, and the 49ers fully believe it. It's okay, Jack. This is the only show we can all have different opinions respected. And you know it, Arse Ripper, and you know it. Bamford 2 months contract. I wish him well. Bamford, I love him, me. You know it. Let's be honest. The over-the-top madness, then it's life and death to me. So I'm passionate. It's boring bollocks. I agree fully, Ming. It's all like people have been waiting in the wings to go crazy about this. We all knew we were going to come up against tough times, didn't we? And we're going into a really hard. My thing is, it's like people that pretend they're not. I don't really care if there's pressure in football, isn't there? But people pretend that they're not applying pressure from afar, and it's like you are. You're deliberately talking a certain way, and you know, I don't know. It's nothing to do with the style. It lacks of basic effort. Players should have that without a manager / coach. Schoolboy errors. I agree, 78 RPM. I'm not even, this sounds mad, I get shit for this, but I'm not even bothered about them making errors and stuff. It's just an effort thing for me. Just think when there's a 5-yarder on, you can get across and they're not doing it, or soft into challenges, which I know football's slightly less challenge based now, but just physically, getting about it and being an adult on the pitch, you know what I mean, and being somebody that you could be proud of. There's not, as I said the other day, apart from Metch's goal, which I genuinely thought were class, we were so poor. And then when Ed goes a little bit, like Longstaff's free kick where he just passed it to him and stuff, it's like, though, once Ed goes, that's my worry. And really, truthfully, it's not that don't come down to management, does it? I know it's the manager's job to keep them riled up. I mean, somebody said on Twitter that it's time for a new voice. Well, some of them have only just got here. Do you know what I mean? Stack, Longstaff, Beal, Perry. Time for a new voice. Fucking hell, on last 11 games. And they've not even, half of them haven't played every game. I think it's going a little bit worse than anticipated. And I know I've said this before, Mingy. Well, no, I haven't actually. If we could flip reverse a few results, and I'm not talking about in terms of points, I think if we'd have got off to a poor start, say we got beat to Everton, and then we won Sunday against Notts Forest, didn't play so poorly against Brighton, got beat to Newcastle but drew with Brighton, for instance, I think people's recency bias will change a little bit and just go, well, Everton have done well since they beat us on opening day of the season. We give a good account of ourselves. It's just because it feels like the wheels have fallen off ever so slightly. And we need to be able to hold on a little bit longer than like 3 or 4 weeks, don't we? Now, I've said from the start of the season, I just don't want to go a couple of months without winning a game. Because I think it's really hard to turn reverse, go further than back. So, and we are verging on that, aren't we now? So, what is it? We've only won one of the last 5 or something, is it? Beat to Forest, obviously beat to Brighton, which was awful. Then we beat West Ham, got beat to Burnley, beat to Tottenham, drew to Bournemouth. So in the last 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In the last 5, we've won 1. In the last 6, we've drawn 1, 1, 1. In the last 7, we've won 2, drawn 1. Lost 4. So, it racks up. And, we're going into Villa, going to be so hard. Man City, Chelsea, Liverpool. You're looking at that and you just think, if you could just get 4 points out of them, 12, really. And I know nobody wants 4 points. Everybody's saying we need more than that now. But that'd be a win or a draw at one of them big clubs and beating Villa. But we do have, they are 3 home games at least. I don't know. It's very, very tricky this next couple of months. Didn't Farker sign off the signings though? I think he's got a say in it, but it's not. I don't think there's all wrong with the signings. We just didn't get any of that special sauce going forward, did we? But the idea that the signings have been really paused, I think it's a little bit unfair. I think Perry's shit, and I'm not sure Beale's better than Struijk, to be honest. But that doesn't mean Beale's not an half decent signing. I don't really know who else you get for that money. I think Longstaff's been a good signing. I think Stack's still a decent signing, and it's just going to take him a little bit of time maybe, and we can't be too reliant on him, unfortunately. You want players to come in and obviously blow it away, don't you? But I don't think Okafor's been a poor signing. I think he's been decent, and when he is there, he is a pretty major outlet for us. So, well said, Jack. I'm a pessimist. I never get disappointed in life, but get pleasantly surprised when good shit happens. Geets up, I personally noticed a palpable, love it, BMG, change in Farker's demeanour in the Forest post-match interview. He looked like he was angry or upset and was trying to hide it. Now then, I agree with that, BMG. I thought he seemed a little bit rattled, and when he got asked about Aronson, he was a little bit more edgy than he normally is. It was a little bit more like, I don't know if defiant would be the word, but he sort of like, because they asked if James should have started over Aronson, and he was a lot more... Yeah, he was zinging. He was a bit more zingy. Wanted a bit more zinger Tower Burger. Joe Depp, look, I may take the piss, but Farker is outdoing my expectation as I'm okay with 17th. Because everybody said they'll take 17th, and then they didn't realise how many games we'd be losing if you took 17th. And that's, where we're actually 16th. I mean, a Burnley fan's happy with where they are. A West Ham fan's happy with where they are. You're never going to be happy when you're there, are you? But we've got the same amount of points as Fulham, one less than Newcastle. It's a very difficult league, this league, isn't it? I thought we knew that going into it. We did know that going into it, but we've just been waiting to bitch and moan. I think that's what it was. He was only let down in attack and got the other players he wanted. I don't think we've done bad in the window, apart from getting a bit of special sauce, as I say. Steve, one, don't worry about it. Two, I don't know why you're labelling that with me. And three, where's the clickbait on this video? Patrick Bamford signs for Sheffield United. That he has, big lad. So what you crying for, big man? Don't worry about it, Steve. It's the game we're in anyway, Steve. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. Farke knows he's going to be sacked. The points or position is not great, but the biggest issue is how shit we've looked in recent games. That is true, BMG. No doubt about that. The game at the weekend was heinous, and the Brighton game was about as bad as it gets, really. Burnley, I know we got beat 2-0, and that was a shit show, but that wasn't, although it was awful, that wasn't like the last two, was it? So obviously the game before that, we beat West Ham, we did all right. Against Tottenham, we lost 2-1. That we played well. Bournemouth drew 2-2, played well. Beat Wolves 3-1, showed a bit of resilience, played well. Fulham lost 1-0, played really well. And then we're in Newcastle there, where we played well. Obviously got hammered to Arsenal. Beat Everton. So it's really not that long ago before the form's dropped off. You know, it's only 2 games, but I do agree, BMG, the nature of them 2 defeats were really, really bad. I think they are not playing for him, but why? I couldn't imagine why they won't be, really, when he's backed every single one of them that's there. That's the only good thing about bombing players, you know, and getting rid of them. Players that you don't really think are behind you, because as a manager, you know, I'm saying as a manager, as I'm not a manager, but you have to separate who wants to work for you, don't they, and who don't. So you might be talented. Ramazani might be a decent option for us, but ultimately, if he's going to kick a stink at it, soon turns. They turned on Bielsa, and now everybody's sharing videos of Bielsa ball, and I just think, well, you all asked for this, so. And it's not the same thing, I've got to say, because Farke's football is not like Bielsa's, is it? No, I'm not saying that. Arse Ripper, it's how we are losing that hurts. I agree, man. Arthur Bushby, Haaland scored 2 tonight, only 30 goals international. He is a monster, isn't he? Done it though, Scott Lee. It's crazy. It looks like his nan's bathroom. Good luck to Bamford, says Gomez Gang. Championship is level and always has been. That's not fair, Gomez Gang, though. Scored more goals in Prem than loads of strikers, particularly loads of strikers will do this year. Do you know how many goals Ollie Watkins has got this year? And they're on about taking him to fucking World Cup. He's got 1 goal. 1 goal Ollie Watkins has got in 11 games. That's the same as Calvert-Lewin. And they're on about taking him to World Cup. So they're not on about taking Calvert-Lewin, are they? Bamford got a ton of goals in the league. Bridges only scored shitloads of goals in 1 season for Leeds. Smith barely got any goals for Leeds United, and everybody heroes him. Bamford deserves some respect on his name. I'm not sure what's going on, but the players seem to be below par collectively and individually. Never too early for Christmas songs or movies. I'm not so sure, Mr. Whitesnake. In my old age now, I like to delay. I like to slow it down just a taste. Slow it down just a taste. And just, you know, really sort of absorb and let Christmas time, mistletoe and wine be really, you know, an actual time of year rather than 13th of November. Ernie says, I don't think he gets fired. I think he finishes season here. But I also think, barring major sales, nothing comes in January. 49ers will know they dropped the ball and we'll give them another go in Championship. I don't think we're going to go. I don't think we're ready to go down yet, Ernie. Stick with me. I'm on board with that because I think I personally would give him season myself. I think it's sort of risk free, and then I think really, but people seem to think he got lucky getting us out of Championship. So, but we are not going down yet. We are not going down yet. I've heard, AO, that it's a 3-year. I'm fearful of the clickbait. I've heard it's a 3-year, 150k a week, and then if he gets the Ballon d'Or, he gets a bonus for the Ballon d'Or. Let's have a look here. I don't have a clue. Is my point. Yeah, short-term contract until January with the Blades. So he's only a couple of months in. That somebody said that right at the start. I hope Bamford does okay from. It's a 3-month contract. He's on the shitter. Fucking he's on. It looks like he's in the B day, doesn't it? Get a snapshot of Bamford in B day there. Not a good look, Patrick. Not a good look. Not that he cares what I think, but I'd like to think he did. Sometimes I've always worried, Anna, about the channel in general, and like taking piss or something. And then the only time that on the odd chance that somebody actually logs in, that's Bamford on the shitter there with the Blades. Probably been in bath with that shirt on. Probably thinks I need to get a bath with that shirt on. But yeah, sometimes I think they click on and then, they probably just think I'm taking piss out of them or something, when actually I've been banging on the Bamford. I've been hitting the Bamford gong since God were a lad, haven't I still think he's exploring his options, is Lord Bamford. And I think, he'll get some games there. They've been cack, haven't they, Sheffield? If he's fit, he'll play, won't he? Title charge. Forshaw. Bring Forshaw in. Get the old team back. Get the old gang back. Get the old what is it? Is it squad? Get the old team back, I think it is. And the old band reunite. I imagine that sounded like behave, JT. I'm not having that, and you know it. I imagine sounds like, and this is a film quote, guys. So your boy does know a film. Snatch. He goes, I imagine we get fed. I imagine we get killed before we leave the building, and I imagine we get fed to the pigs. Gomez gang Championship could also be Farke's level, as he is constantly bad. In-game management has turned my head. What does this Championship level thing actually mean? Genuinely. If Calvert-Lewin goes down, Bamford's got an England cap. Now that might not mean anything to you, but it's got to mean something to someone somewhere eventually. I think it's genuinely disingenuous to say that the Championship is Bamford's level. Is Somerville's level the Championship? Because we're talking about the best players within the Championship, aren't we? We're not talking about players that are like, decent in the Championship. And you think, well, League One's his level, but he's stepped up to the Championship. I understand the step up, but an England cap don't come about, does it? For no reason, genuinely. And I know you can take piss and stuff, and Roy Keane says you can take a decent touch and the hand caps out like there's no tomorrow, but an England cap takes some getting, in my opinion. So I think it's unfair to suggest Championship's his level. And I think if Daniel Farke was managing a club like Brighton, I think that Brighton would just be like Brighton. I think Brighton are really well run from top to bottom. I think there's a lot of it in that. I think you're talking about a couple of positions. They finish 11th at the most years, Brighton. 7th to 11th they finish. I think that continues if Farke's there, give or take a couple of games. Even if you don't think he's that good, I don't know. I think these guys know what they're on about and know what they're doing. 78 RPM. Pointless talking about relationships, replacements. We have a manager until he's gone. I agree. 78 RPM, and I'm not into. Do you know what? fuck it as well. Fuck it, fried egg. 78 RPM. I am loyal to some extent. Maybe haven't been over my entire life, but you know, with the right people, I have. And I'm just sort of loyal to it. And then I've been thinking about it quite hard and long, really, because I thought, you know, how long do I justify it? And then really, I justify it until he gets the sack. You know, unless I really think. But then I turn on the players a little bit. I think they can do more. I'd throw the blame around a little bit more than just to Farker. I just think Farker's decent. I think he deserves better from the players. Ultimately, it's the players that go out there. I used to like the days, you see, when the manager would be like the dad of the house, and you go, no, like, it might not be my actual dad, but he's the dad of the house. I mean, I've got an actual dad, and it was always the dad of my house. But I just mean, you know, in terms of, you know, the dad of the house, where you just go, no, you run this house, mate, and I have to toe the line. If I don't toe the line, but they just throw the towel in on him at any level now. So, you know, I mean, for some of them players to throw the towel in on Bielsa, I remember looking at the club and looking at the players a few days after and just thinking. I remember speaking to Tony Dorigo, because I used to bump into Tony Dorigo quite a lot. And he went, I think it's probably time. And I remember still being a bit butthurt by Bielsa. I was just like, oh, it's about more than that to me, man. It's not about like, oh, it was about time. It's like, who's turned it in on him? Ayling, Cooper. I don't think it was Cooper. Might not have been Ayling, but apparently they'd given up hope on him. I just think he's the only one that gave you lot any hope. You were all championship players in I forgot your name, dude. Apologies. In Gomez gang's eyes, they were all championship players. So, and he made them all Premier League players for a couple of years. So, I don't know. Ooh, I've lost where I've fucking gone now. Agreed. Raise the glass to Lord Bamford. Get up, Joe Depp. Get up. Yes, 78 RPM. I agree. I wouldn't be on goal difference with our formation. I've lost where I am. I'm just going to keep moving, boys. Apologies, because if I end up trying to go backwards, I'll never get here. All the best hat trick, Bamford. Love it, Luke. The thing is, out of the 3 games you won, 2 were West Ham and Wolves, who you're expected to beat at the time of playing them, as every team who played them. Well, yeah, but you can only beat who you're meant to beat. Okay, you can only beat. I don't think that's a bad thing necessarily. I don't really care where we get his points from. I've not been watching this England game, but are they up against it a bit here? What the fucking hell's occurring? See them naughty Serbians breaking forward a couple of times. Look at that for a challenge. Fucking Harry Kane trunging back. What a challenge that is. Another slightly uncomfortable thing is that we've played a couple of the easier teams, but they were all away and we're not as good. We seem to be shit away. Yeah. He was a bit tetchy in the interview. He certainly was. I would take losing if we fight and are hard to beat, but rolling over sickens me. It's awful to watch, 78 RPM. Cannot stand it. It's not totally impossible that the teams below us all do shit in their next 4 and we stay at the bottom 3, even if we do fail to pick up many points. Yeah, obviously, I know you're not saying that, BMG. I still want to obviously just focus on what we're doing, as you are. I'm not saying that, but yeah, again, people are talking as though West Ham are on some sort of like because they've won 2 on bounce. So the last team to beat West Ham were us. So are they on the upswing? That's Forest have drawn and won. They beat us. Wolves haven't won a game. Do you know what I mean? And Wolves were meant to be. I thought Wolves had a Premier League squad. And they all banging on about it from last year. And I know they lost a few players, but I don't know. Our squad is not good enough to... Is good enough, sorry, 78. Is good enough to stay up. They need to work and scrap, though. Just work hard. It gets you a long way. Being rustic and rugged, and you can get away with it this year, I think, in Prem. It's changed a little bit. It's been tough to beat. I was not having a pop at you, says Steve. Well, apologies then, Steve. Cheers, me old mucker. But I thought you were saying clickbait doesn't mean, because I get loads of shit for clickbait, so sorry, Steve. Can you tell me one striker that Farker has improved? Did we not do this last week, Arse Ripper? Yes, Mingy, thank you, brother. Absolute legend, no MVG, no party. And you know it. And you know it. I think he's improved Peru. So, thank you, Mingy. You're a legend, mate. That's the goal bonus, isn't it, for Metcha, my man Metcha up top. He's improved Metcha as well. Look at Metcha's finishing at weekend. No, I'm joking with that. I think he improved Peru. I don't think we're really at the stage for him to be really... We're rising as a team, aren't we, Arse Ripper? So I don't really think is it a scenario where you can look at a player over like 3 or 4 years and go, yep, he's improved him. Like, he's improved Aronson, hasn't he? Whether anybody likes him or not, Aronson's better than he was when he was under Marsh. Throwing shoulder, he seems like a stronger lad in general, but everybody just said, oh, he's not improved him and he's not the player, you know. Ampedu's always looked good. Brodon's seems to be coming into his stride more and more. I know you're asking strikers, but I don't know how long. Don't you? I think to some extent you have to be pretty established in order to go, yeah, you've improved these players. And when I'm talking about established, I just mean solid. I don't mean have to be winning in the leagues or fourth in league or whatever. I mean, it was clear that Pep Guardiola improved Sterling, for instance, and then Sterling fell away. I understand what you're saying. Bielsa clearly improved so many players, but that style of play as well. I don't know. My point being is, you know, how long would it take to improve any of our strikers anyway? Who would be the striker to improve? And he's not. If it's Calvert-Lewin, he's only had him for 11 games. And again, you know, the bloke's got an England cap. So, yes, Richard, evening, Jacko. Paul's good, pal. My worry is where can we pick up any points in our next 4 games? Starting to get pissed off with the Premier League already. Stick in there, Richard. Stick in there, my brother. I agree, man. It's going to be really difficult. It won't be against Villa. And then you've just got to hope something mad happens, really. You know, if you got 6 points out of these 4 games, that's one big win at least against one of the top teams. Chelsea's the day before my birthday, 8:15. I'll be on slush straight away, straight after work, and then I've got day off, so I'll be out day after. So maybe that's the day. And then it's into Liverpool 3 days later, which is just madness. But you can, you know, at home, anything can happen. You know, I'm sure the fan base will know. I'm sure Longstaff, my best mate, will know it's my birthday and he'll try to pull something out of the bag for me. He'll be here, MVG. We know it, and you know it. This time last year, fans wanted the manager sacked. It's the way of the world, Mr. Whitesnake. You are bang on the money. Also, Farker's notorious for being quite a slow starter, and the Sunderland gadget, I always forget his name. He's notorious for being a quick starter. So Serbia look like they're all over England here. BMG, Burnley was shit in a different way. We played better and were the better team, but still lost to a wank team. That was disappointing. Felt like Parker outdid us, like Martin in the playoff final. Yeah, there is that feel to it, I must say, to be fair to you, lad. Ming, this is in response to something Ming said. It was the consistent manner in which Rapt struggled to get promoted that had alarm bells ringing with Farker. Not being able to cut in Premier League. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Bamford should have signed for Wrexham, says Michael. Parkinson plays 3-5-2, suits Paddy or Patty. Crosses into box. Wilder won't play to his strengths, just like he didn't with Kiefer. I don't know. I think I don't know what Wilder plays, to be fair, at Sheffield. I can't suggest I've been watching their games. I'll have a look at formation at last game here. I think Bamford's a pretty good one up top, though, and everybody seems to play one up top now. Well, there's got some sort of a 4-2-2-2 going on here. I can't imagine that's the case, though. It seems no wonder they're losing games. Yeah, 3-5-1-2. Yeah, it's all a lot of fucking shit, innit? These fucking, this is what I mean. You can't click on lineups on here and expect to know what day it is. Is he playing with wing backs? Is he? Bamford will be useful for him. I'm half hoping they get off to a good start now. Bamford to get Sheffield in playoffs. So I'm a Bamford fan. Want him to do well. I've got I tried to get there with it. That guy struggled to win the league. Come on, I know what you mean, but 100 points. Richard Todd, now you have said that I bet Watkins will score a hatful against us and it's all your fault. Richard, I didn't even think about Villa being next. I didn't even think, big man. What a fool I have been. What a fool I have been. Fuck him, he won't do. He's been shit. I do feel a bit sorry for Facky Fucker. It's hard to argue with the window that we had a good window. The recruitment team did sell him short despite the money we spent. Lack of outgoings as well as incomings. I think there's an element in the year where, I don't really know who we could have got rid of really for any decent money that had been worthwhile or brings in anybody else. Don't know. I don't think the window was that bad. I really don't. I don't know. If you bring a Rafinha in or something, then the window goes crazy. But I don't think it was a particularly stinking window. I genuinely don't. I just think we've got to now do better. We've got to be Johnny Big Balls about town. And honestly, I know I bang on about it, but be some men in games. And we had been doing up until the past couple of weeks. So it's just about getting back on bandwagon. England in here, cut across, corner ball. / goal kick. Anyone who thinks Farker getting promoted was luck needs their head red. Gate up 78 RPM. Love it. JT says the players got us up. The players get you up, don't they? But then this is what I'm saying. So the players got us up under Farker. But now it's Farker's fault that the players aren't doing enough out on the pitch. DCLO Bamford, says Joe Depp. I personally would have had Bamford about the place. I know there weren't many takers for Bamford, but I don't mind him, to be honest, getting on with it and moving him on. Somebody had to, but I don't know. I agree that Wrexham would have been a good move for Bamford. Chance to tee up a second career in Hollywood too. Old crew, yeah. They get the band back together, innit, is what I meant, I think. The boys are back in town here. The boys are back. I've got something in my eye. And no, it's not my fucking eyeball. And no, it's not Bamford in his nan's bathroom. If we were getting 0-0 and losing 1-0, the window would be an excuse and a couple of attackers would change everything, but we are not. Thing is, it's moments in games as well, and it's 78 RPM where it gets away from you pretty quick, doesn't it, in Prem? And it's just like, oh, bollocks. Like, this is bad. And even the shit teams, once they get the back up and they get a bit of a whiff of 3 points, it invigorates them. And they all do have a bit of quality, don't they? So, and including us, the games that we've won, we've shown quality, haven't we? The Wolves game was, we showed plenty of quality in that. We looked like our old championship self in that first half when we went 1-0 down. Not when we went 1-0 down, but obviously then when we subsequently went 3-1 up. We looked like we could just do it all in one half. So, again, against West Ham, we somewhat sort of blew them away, didn't we? I know it was only 2-1, but we got the job done. Came out the blocks fast, which is what I've been calling for us to do in away games. My thing really is, the away games isn't working, is it? So just come out the blocks a little bit in general And then if you get beat, it's like, well, we're fucking shit away from home anyway. We're getting beat anyway. So just come out and give it a go. Do you know what I mean? Because we seem to be sort of a bit standoffish, don't we? But what the fuck do I know? Anyone fancy doing the Wanker 11 tonight to take our minds off the football? I've got no problem with it, BMG, if you want to get the ball rolling. Miss Piggy and the rest are on their way to the Blades. Now or in their prime, Joe, says hey, we'll go with now, says Joe. I'm concerned I'm 15 minutes behind, BMG, and I ended up doing this last week. I wish I'd have wrote down the Socks Down 11 as well, but for me, starting in net, it cannot be anybody other than Pickford. I can't think of anybody else. I can't think of a bigger wanker. Saka in here, Henderson, Bellingham. I think Bellingham's fucking shit, man. They've been dogger, haven't they? It's been a pleasure to watch, truth be told. That went down joyfully, that, boys. Bob and Mimi. DCL has never scored 17 in the Prem. Bamford did. Only betted as an English forward that season by Kane. Love it, 78 RPM. You know it. And you know it, and you know it. An England cap takes some getting. Michael Ricketts sold my beer. BMG. Yeah, but you know what year did Ricketts get his? I'm not saying, you know. Well, I am saying it, so fuck it. Roger says championship level playing at that standard, Jack. You drive a mean van, but I'm guessing Formula One not your level. I've never driven Formula One. I'm not a fast driver. I'm an easy rider. I'm not a fast driver. So Bellingham again with lack of quality in the final third. I'm struggling with the analogy, Roger. Not for the first time. Not for the first time. Tyler Adams in midfield. Tyler Adams is a wet wipe, but I don't think he'd get in my wanker 11. To be honest, I don't know. I'd actually have to give my wanker 11 a serious bit of thought. I think ball whipped in, back door, goal kick. Farkadon very good in the Champo, but his stats in the Prem are very shite. Hence Champo level. I just wish he'd have never fucking. I wish he'd have just said, "Look, I'm to Norwich. Unless you spend some money, I'm out of here." Sideshow Bob from Chelsea fullback. Yeah, Cucurella. Yeah, I don't like him, to be fair. I don't mind Cucurella getting in there, possibly. Does it have to be current, BMG, or how far back can we go here? Brett's saying Casemiro in midfield. I don't mind Casemiro either. My absolute certains off at top of my head are Pickford, Fernandez. That lad from Brighton that I can never remember the name of. Doesn't play for him anymore, but I used to do my head in. Danny Mills, if we're allowed to go a bit further back. Michael, Justin, is it Justin? It is, but Blades are bad. No Hamer injured, no Vinny. Mid-table will be good for them. Playoffs is a long shot. With Bamford at the helm, you never know. Steve Wild, Bamford was unlucky with England. There was a lot of good strikers in form at that time. It was apart from Kane, was it MVG that said that? 78 RPM, sorry. Too many BMGs and MVGs and 1, 2, 3s, legendaries. I think he got held back a little bit as well on just, you know. I think everybody knew there was no longevity necessarily to Bamford. Do you know what I mean? But hell of a year he had. I don't. Let me reschedule what I mean, Arse Ripper. I don't necessarily mean. I'm not blindly loyal to Farker. I'm talking about. I don't like the idea of the bringing the one man down within the club. It's based on a loyalty towards the club, really. Club first for me, obviously. I don't give a shit who plays for the club or who manages the club. In truth, I just want us to do sort of as well as we can. I disagree with the holding the club to account style of support that people do. And I think being a fan is just supporting the club to the best of your ability, and like you would a family member, or when shit gets tough. I don't agree with just saying, oh, well, tough luck, fuck it, I'm off to the pub and I'm off to go pick up some broad, some brass, and just do away with my life, because, not my life, but my current life, because she's done my head in a bit today or whatever. I disagree with that. I think there's things Farker can improve on. I think we can all, as we do, have adult conversations about them. That's why I like the channel, because most people are pretty rational on here, I feel. It's not a blind faith in him. It's not even a faith in him. I believe. I'm just. While ever he's at the club, I will be loyal towards him. I don't think it benefits anybody, and I think if the players throw the towel on him, that'd do my head in a lot more than it would if Farker made a few errors. I think you should play as Roy Keane said, to be fair, a while ago. The club comes first. That's the same thing. You play for the shirt. He says he's never played for a single manager in his whole career. He's played for the shirt, and that's cliche. And I actually think side before self is one of the softest, shittest things ever. I think it might have been true in Billy Bremner's days, but I don't think that's remotely true of football now. And like, people still spit that out like it's a reality, and I don't think it is. So it's just the club. They're not. I couldn't care less about Sheffield, but they're not. I agree to some extent, JT. There's always a late surge, and if they do sort it out, and I don't like Wilder, when I love to hate him, but I've got Danny Ings in there, aren't they? I'm only messing, but it only takes a few results, and then they can. Well, let's have a look. Did you say they're 13 points off? It only takes a bit of a swing, and you're right back in it. There's always a late bloomer into playoffs, isn't there? Farker out, and we need a 30 goal, and season 9 are easy hits. 30 goal a season 9 are easy hits, but not 4 behind them. Farker out, and we need a 30 goal a season 9. Yeah, 78 happen. I think you're saying, get him out and get a 30 goal a season striker, and then everything's sorted. Only that is a gap, and Wilder hasn't turned them round. Bamford screams panic. I must admit, to be fair, Michael, I think if he'd have done the Bamford thing right at the start of the season, because I actually thought, they're going to rekindle, reignite the flame after, because obviously he's had a chat with him, and he will know Wilder, won't he? That'll be the basis that he's come in. But there is a bit of panic in there. That I do agree with that. I do think they can turn it round. Having said that, I don't think it takes a great deal in Championship, and I think teams like managers like Wilder can sort of get it sorted. Wilder had a good season in Premier League one year, didn't he? But is he Championship level or what? What we're saying? Jeff Thomas played for England, but wasn't that level for long. Not that level for long, but that's not what we said, though, is it? Bamford was unlucky to play 60 minutes versus Andorra or San Marino, who always park the bus, and we only ever score late these days. I said earlier, I'm a Leeds United supporter in capitals letter, Mr. Whitesnake. Love it. And will therefore support the manager whether I like him or not. Here to the snake. I'm surprised you find that funny, though, AO. Do you not think that's a hell of an achievement? It's an amazing achievement. Oh, no, BMG. I love Martinez, me. Absolutely love Martinez. I think he's piss funny. Yes, Roller Blunt. Gates up. Roller getting the love he deserves. Agreed. How is he? How is she? Sorry, Roller Blunt. Fucking how is he? Liam Cooper would not give an opponent time on the penalty spot, and many call him Division 1. 78 RPM with the pelters again. This is the type of competitiveness. This is the type of shit that gets completely underrated. And when it does get tough, people like Cooper are not throwing nobody under the bus. He's coming out. He's coming flying out, for his alleged frailties on the ball. He was obviously, not the best ball player in the world, was he? But, he's a serious centre-back, wasn't he, Cooper? I used to love Cooper. Fuck it, I don't care what anybody says. Apparently, over the last few seasons, Wolves have made over 500 million in player sales. Fucking hell, Brett. Hit me up with the stats. Jack, please give us a quick shit poll. Anything will do. Because Perry's been mentioned there. I need to fucking log in there. Hang on, sorry. He's an easy rider. I'll have to log in for this. You're putting me behind now. But my man AO needs a poll, doesn't he? And who am I to deny him of a poll? Apologies, guys. Hang in there with me. Start a poll. Perry. Keeper. Darlow. Perry. Mez. He's an easy rider. He's an easy rider. Bear me a second there, boys. The ding ding diddle and ding ding. Need to make sure the live chat replay is on, and there we go. In the zone. We're zoning, boys. I'm back to the chat. 78 RPM. Fucking thank you, 78. It was an amazing finish, that one. I know it's, 78 RPM strikes again. I know it's absolute consolation, but it was unbelievably well took. It's the fashion in which he took it and kept it so low to the ground. Wonderful finish. Metcher does have that quality, doesn't he, to be fair? You can sort of tell it. You don't know what's his level. Don't get me started on what his level is. But, I think a few players do end up at your club that are technically superb or just been injury prone or, Metcher's obviously had his struggles. Bellingham on ball again. I think Bellingham's proper overrated, honestly. I think he's a bit of a show pony. I don't know how he done or not. I'm going to put him in my wanker 11. I think he's a wanker. He actually gets on my fucking nerves. What does he do? I've seen it on Twitter quite a bit where like people will post about it, said he's on the score sheet for Real Madrid or whatever, and then everybody comments saying 100% says this it's a tap-in. And then somebody uploads the clip and it's always a tap-in. And, it's not a tap-in from a striker. It's like keeper's saved it and it's a La Liga tap-in, Yeah. I think he can. I think two things can be true at once, though, Arse Ripper. to be fair. BMG, I think you'll disagree, but I don't think Perry has been shit. He's not been standout. It's very early to judge him. Certainly no howlers yet. I'm probably a bit harsh on Perry, to be honest. BMG. I just think he's a bit. Just when we signed him, he's a bit. It just seems a bit clumbersome and a bit. I don't think he's an upgrade on Darlow, to be brutally honest. But I'm probably a bit harsher than BMG. I say he's shit when. Oh, over at bar. When he's not been shit. I don't rate him particularly, but it is early doors. I just think he's a big dumb idiot, to be honest, and I think he's shit on ball. I'm saying he's shit on ball. I think he's a big clumbersome gadget. Bielsa is a drug. He boosted players. He never improved them as they reverted back without him. 78 RPM with them. Strikes again. 78 RPM. Someone said the other day, if we went up the season before, we don't sell Archie, Somerville, Rutter, and bought who we have now, apart from Metcher and DCL, you think we would have more points? Roller Blunt. I don't know who said that before, but may I write that down, brother? Because I think that's pretty mint. If we'd gone up, we don't lose players and sign more. There's no doubt. I think we'd probably lose. We'd have probably still lost Archie Gray, to be fair, or maybe Somerville. But you'd probably be able to keep. Like one. You probably lose one. Probably be able to keep the others. That's a pretty mint topic of conversation, man. That knob's playing scum. I can't watch him. I'm lost. For context, a lot of Newcastle fans want Howe sacked. How prevalent is that? BMG. Thing is, Arse Ripper, there's no way on fucking God's earth we're getting Eddie Howe. So Eddie Howe is the absolute boyo. JT, smash some likes for us, guys. How many likes are on here, boys? 47 likes. If you could smash a like for us, guys, it'd be much appreciated. Let's get them likes up on this bitch. Think you are due a large German birthday sausage from our beloved leader. Give me it. Farker's treatment of Jiffy has improved his performance. Ask Hull. He's carrying the whole team on his shoulders. He has been good. I've always liked Jiffy. You know me, Joe Depp. I like Jiffy. I reckon Bamford will end up at Sheffield United. Get up, Dick Dastardly. Love it. Jiffy. I prefer Jiffy, Joe. It's funny. Roller Blunt. I'm not Farker out, but if he goes, fuck it. Bring Baradi in. He's doing all right at where he is, and he loves Leeds. Baradi. I certainly think Rutter and Somerville are better than anyone that we currently have, or at least we don't have players like either of them. That's undoubtedly true, BMG. Somerville also, like at West Ham, he's not necessarily torn it up, and I'm not saying he tear it up at Leeds, but I do think it's helped Okafor in a sense where it's just like, these the only outlet. Give him the ball, feed the goat, and he will score. So, because Okafor's frustrating in truth, but you need that of the player just to get at the right back, or the left back, depending on what side they're playing, evidently. But you just need him just to get at the play, and you just think, fuck it, whatever happens, happens. If he can beat him once and put in a decent delivery, that's all you need from him in every 90 minutes. And I think Somerville does have that in his locker, and we were really geared up the year we went up. The year we didn't go up, we just all went through Somerville, didn't we? And it was too predictable in the Championship But, we can now catch teams on break and stuff, and that'd have been perfect. Rutter might have been a little bit frustrating, but could we have potentially gone? And I know nobody liked Rutter in the 9, but would we have kept it 4-3-3 and put Rutter in the 9? I think that'd have been pretty mint, really. Saka's in here, cuts it back, it's a poor ball. I'd take Howe over all the mugs linked to us. 100% 78 RPM. I think he's excellent. To be fair, I would take Poch. I think that'd be a decent signing. I must admit, I've thought about next season in the Champo with Joseph and Joffy up front. Fucking hell, man! I'm not up for that at all. TFB, which I'm not sure what TFB is, Prem where it's at. I'm missing 2 games a week. Haha. Neil Davison, what's good, man? There's no loyalty in football. Saying that, if we do get rid of Farker, he walks away with a good few dollars in his back pocket, well soiled. Love it, Neil. It's a nice assessment of it, because we bang on about it, don't we? And I think it's about more than money with the level of money that they get. But I agree, oh, what a finish from Eze that is. What a finish that is, genuinely. But yeah, with the amount of money they get, you just think, well, it's worth the shit he gets. Do you know what I mean? Like, so what? You've been sacked. I wish when I got sacked from all my jobs that I've been sacked from, I wish I just fucking got a big payout, like, get up. I'd be like, fucking sack me. Sack me. Farker needs to ring Ferguson and ask how the hairdryer works. He does have quite wet hair, doesn't he? Farker. Foden into Eze there. It's a wonderful finish, that, from Eze. Foden breaking forward, doing that weird little head over shoulder thing that he does. Awesome finish. Sell Peru, Parappa, Risley, sell Gruev and a few others. Bring in Ivan Toney, do it in Jan, we stay up. Only sell if we simply must, though, Roller Blunt. I don't get into financials, do I? But, we couldn't afford Ivan Toney's bootlaces. Ivan Toney, now you're talking. Bamford couldn't score in his level championship last season. He's highly unlikely to score in the Premier League. What? I think we should have sold Peru Risley in the summer. I wouldn't sell Gruev, though. He's a useful backup, and in my opinion, Ampadu hasn't been any better than Gruev would have been lately. I think Ampadu's better. But I won't sell Gruev. I don't think you get a great deal of money for him, and I don't think it necessarily benefits us. We need a backup in there, don't we? I certainly don't want to start bringing in January. I don't want to start bringing in another fucking central defensive midfielder. We're not conceding Prem goals, just easy goals. That is also, you've also strike again, 78 RPM. Money won't come. As soon as he signs for an English club, he gets a massive tax bill. Do you reckon that, isn't that apparently what they're on about at Rangers with Gerrard? Because obviously we're at Saudi, won't he? And there'll be an element where, obviously, I don't know, fuck knows how it works in terms of changing where you pay tax, but they'll go to Saudi, not pay any tax, and then they're in Saudi, aren't they? So, if they came, I don't know how you tax. I don't know how it'd work really, but I would imagine, and I'm not imagining any of it, but I would imagine you get a right fucking butt fucking. That's the problem with Farker in the Premier League, Jack. We never know which Leeds team is going to show up on a match day. But I don't think that's a Farker problem, though. I will start Gruev next match for Ampadu. I won. I think Ampadu's about it. Honestly, I do. I'd probably put Stack at 6, then Longstaff and Tanaka in. I don't think Stack's a 6. As they again on edge box puts it into tapping Bellingham. How many managers in the Premier League doesn't use the loan market? The stubbornness will get Farker the sack. Move with the times with options, says Richard Todd. We tried for loans, but never got them. Farke can't drag a player onto a plane, says 78 RPM strikes again. Wanker 11 back 4. Pickford, Alexander Arnold. Oh my God, is Wanker 11 not? If Alioski's in there, you don't mean like out and out Wanker, do you? Not like a dislike Wanker. Because if it's like Wanker 11 that you like, then fucking Martinez goes straight in there because he's unreal. Robbie Savage, Joey Barton, that's what I mean. They're actual wankers, JT. Kasper Schmeichel, I know Kasper Schmeichel said that shit about us, didn't he? Rio, do you know what I mean? If we're going down wanker front, that's what I mean. But if it's a like 'em, or not a hateful wanker, I think it should be current players. I can see the argument for Cucurella, but Alioski has to be in there on affectionate. Weston McKennie was terrible for Leeds. Adam was one of the few bright spots, says Michael. I wish Bamford the best of luck, personally. Alioski a wanker, no, shithouse, a totally different and better thing. Yeah, but BMG sets the rules, doesn't he? Luis Suarez is a good one. Both Neville brothers is a good. JT's got all the wankers, to be fair. JT knows what's up. It depends what type of wanker it is. I agree with Joey Barton, yeah. I mean, he's a proper wanker, that's what I mean. Richarlison's a good one up top. Yeah, Luis Suarez and Richarlison up top. Oh yeah, Barton's give it knocked on the head, hasn't he? David Luiz, but again, I liked David Luiz, but Brolin in the wank 11 must be the worst signing ever. Hope Bamford bagged a load of goals, yeah. I think we will use loans in January. As to be current, Schmeichel's still playing. You're not getting in over Pickford, though. I don't care which type of wanker it is. Jack Grealish has grown on me since he's gone to Everton, to be honest. Pickford getting a call there. Ferdinand's no longer playing arse ripper. I'm trying to catch up on comments because I'm so far behind, boys. I said Premier League loans, and without Solomon last year, we might have not got promoted. That's what I'm saying. Carlton Palmer played for England, which was insane. Well, I mean, he went to tournaments, didn't he? Blades are 3-1-11. Shocking start. Only more shocking is Norwich. Campo is fantastic this season. No parachute clubs in top 6. Love it. Carlton Silky Palmer. What one national cap? Yeah, it's hilarious, Jack, as it shows how shit a player is not to be picked again. Ayo, come on, big lad. That's not right, is it? I'm totally on board with, as I say, most players getting international caps, but they all bang on about, these fucking going and playing for Finland or playing left back for Switzerland or whatever, and that they're internationals. Like, if Longstaff was a centre midfielder and he was Swedish, he gets in their team, doesn't he? And then suddenly he's an international. So I think it's a little bit unfair to poo-poo an England cap when in reality, to get an England cap, as much as they're sort of flung around and there's a hell of a lot of games to go at, and many players, we can have a laugh about loads of players that have got one. It's hell of a feat. And just remember where we're at here as well. I'm sat in my fucking second bedroom, which is my studio, I must add, but it is ultimately my second bedroom, having a couple of bottles of beer, and I'm saying that Bamford's achievement to be an England player is whack. That's crazy to me. It's hell of a feat. I agree, to be fair, BMG. It was just a bit of a donkey, wasn't it? There were a lot of legs, weren't there? A lot of legs. Carlton Palmer, is that what Pro Atkins said? He can trap it further than he can kick it. Half decent England cap. No sausage talk. Not yet, Peter White. Not yet. There's time. Get that Paul up in here. Guess where my vote went? Joe Depp. Straight into Mez. It's easy, lover Jack, but don't let that stop you. He's an easy rider. It's easy rider, isn't it? He's an easy rider. She's an easy rider. It's easy rider, isn't it? He's an easy rider. Da, 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 da. Fuck knows. Gotta catch up. We're doing quite well here. Without Perry, it could have been 5 or 6 in the last 2 matches. He made a couple of decent saves in the last game, but fuck him. I'm already messing. RPM. Ming, can you repeat that in English, please? Didn't Metric one on the post with the same move in another match? I thought the keeper made a save. I thought he took it too wide. Did the keeper make a save and then there was a miss or something? Sorry, half decent should not mean a few England caps, okay? I don't know what's going on. I think Perry has looked soiled and quite commanding, but a bit dodgy with his feet. Certainly too early to judge him, in my opinion. That's fair enough, BMG. I'll do my best to go easy on him. I think it's just with all the shit Mez got and, you know, how we've desperately needed a replacement for Darlow and then we brought him in. So, well, is this better? So I think I've probably got my back up about him too much, BMG. So I appreciate the back and forth, brother. Did the should bit for you, mate? England been shit tonight. I know it didn't look great. It is Bellingham that you want in the wanker 11 with. I'm not against it. I'd have Bellingham in wanker 11. Wow, Darlow and Perry are neck and neck in the poll. Giddy up. Let's have a look here, the poll. 36 votes, 47 for Darlow, 44 for Perry. And then an honorary 8% for my man Mez. Having an organism from the poll. An organism. I like Guimaraes as well, though, so. To be fair, I'm confused, but I'm behind. I don't really get what's going on. To be fair, I reckon Okafor would be pretty handy in the championship and smash the. Well, this is it as well. They're coming in at a different time, aren't they? RPM striking again. It was a mint finish that, JT. Yeah, I'm nearly caught up. I'm doing quite well. Okafor, most probs got get out clause in his contract. I don't know how well he'd be snapped up though. I mean, somebody'd take him if we went down, but you know, he's not done that much, has he? Potter's hoping for him in the summer, but he's not coming for the World Cup. A beauty, that. Eddie Howe ripping with talent, only 2 points behind us. We got their cast-off Longstaff championship. No, he's on the fucking wind up there, Roger. And if I'd have got stuck into that fourth beer there, I'd have been third beer. Can't count how many beers I've had. But the big beers, I suppose it is. Actually, it's like a fifth beer, and I've had a couple before I started, but that's not the point. The point is, you nearly got the fucking bite there. You nearly got the bite. The bite went, all right. I managed to, it went, just nipped into the cheek, and I thought, and I popped it out, pushed it back, you bastard. You fucking bastard, you fucking lizard lips, you fucking. Farker always looks like he needs a shower. Yeah, his hair's getting thinner by day as well, and I'm not being that guy, but I think he's a bit of pressure in there. It's hideous to think about, but even at this stage, there's a very good chance we go down. We'll have to think about how we can keep/build a team that we can get back up. I don't think the 49ers will be worried about that right now. I think, I don't know. Why does anyone not think we almost certainly worked hard to unload Aronson? No one was taking his 90K a week. And it doesn't help when he comes on and concedes a penalty, does it? That's for sure. Who is that 21-year-old striker plays for Midtjylland or whoever in Denmark that we've been linked with? Not this again. That's far too negative for me, BMG. Yes, Danny Borden, what's good? Oh, fuck's sake. Here we are again, evening all match on together. Get up, Danny Borden. Danny Bowden getting the love he deserves. Unpopular opinion, but Harrison and Gruev would be good left back and centre back choice for us. That is wild to me, AO. That is wild. Gruev would be minging at centre back, and Harrison has proved to not be great at left back. So that's horrendous to me. Of course, 78 RPM. Of course, apparently used to go into the scum changing room, didn't he, and give it the big one. I was trying to be jovial. RPM strikes again. I was being jovial. Somebody said Farker needs Fergie to tell him about the hairdryer treatment, and then I said, well, he does look like he's got wet hair all the time, which then links into Brett saying that, you know, Farker looks like he needs a shower. So I'm aware of the Fergie treatment, the hairdryer. Yeah, it was a joke. Not all jokes land, do they? We know this. If you don't know by now, you never knew. It's hard to know what we tried to do and how hard and whether it was possible. Shit players and a high wage and a long contract is not a good combo. Especially not. The players want a big contract, a big long contract when it works for you, doesn't it? And then you get up into Prem, say they're on a 4-year contract, and then you get up into Prem and you think, he's had a decent season, didn't he, in truth, under Bielsa in the Prem. He was good, whether anybody likes it or not, he was. So then, the contract's looming somewhat. So they think, fuck it, he's an asset to some extent. No, now it looks like he isn't, but he was at the time. So they're sort of stuck in between a rock and a hard place. I think, right, well, he's looking for big money. He's looking for a big, long contract. Say, I'm a Premier League player now. We're a Premier League side. We're looking to move on, eventually down the line, if you replace me, I sort of slip back into, it all like adds in. And then before you know it, you are stuck with certain players. So I get it. I get it. I get it. Alioski gets in the wanker 11 because anyone but a Leeds fan will dislike him. So we need a taken Leeds player in there. Loud drop. He was once 21. Nigel Worthington was better than Brolin. I don't mind a bit of Nigel Worthington. Neville spawned 2 wanky wankers. Neville. Jack, do you ever think that you've had your head in the sand while evaluating Farker? I don't live near a beach, and I know life's a beach, but I can't think, if I'm honest, I can't think I've ever put my head in the sand. I'm not a head in the sand type of guy, even while at the beach, even while enjoying the beach. I'd never put my head within the sand. Maybe my brother's been bullying me as a kid and pushed my face into the sand, but that's not head. Are you talking like all head in the sand? I think you could be. I would not take Grealish at Leeds. I would. And I'm sure Fark would. It'd have been a brilliant sign, that, wouldn't it? Metra has 7 German caps, had to be handy at some stage. Well, it depends on it, 78 RPM. I'd be inclined to agree with you. That's my next poll. Close this. Darlow wins. Fucking hell, guys. How good are you to get a England cap? Very good. Good. Standard. Poor. How good do you have to be? Do you have to be while in form? No. How good are you if you get an England cap? Mingy would take that wanker. I'd rather have 1 cap for England than 50 for Faroe Islands. That's where I'm at, Danny Bowden. And you know it. Grealish had to call day, potential game changer. Again, I don't want to be that guy. Grealish has been a brilliant player for the past few years. I don't actually know if he's been called up for England. I mean, I didn't see him then, so I presume he hasn't. But I'm only saying that because I know he didn't get called up to the last one, and it's looking unlikely that he'll ever get in the... Yeah, so he's not in there. I mean, I know they normally take more. I don't know whether he just didn't make the bench or whatever. But, you know, Grealish... Is Grealish shit? How many caps has Grealish got? I know it's slightly different because he'll have 20, won't he? But he'll have a fair few, won't he? 39 caps, 4 goals, which is pretty poor return, really. But 39 caps. Ireland beating Portugal. Hannibal is the biggest wanker of all, for fuck's sake. Richard Todd, that's a good call as well. He's an easy rider. I'm sticking with it, Danny Burden. I like it. Has he been sent off? Kate up, see ya. He's got to go in wanker 11, in my opinion. Beat Portugal to keep qualifying hopes alive as Ronaldo sent off. Gato, what's he been sent off for, Dick Ward? Gato. He's a greasy lover. That is a decent comment. 78 RPM strikes again. Easy lover. Fair enough. Fuck him. He's an easy rider. Carlton scored a belter for us, I think, in the Wimbledon game where Yeboah scored one of his worldies. That's typical for Yeboah to overshadow, isn't it? Yeah, I'm getting pelters. Uzi Lover by Fur Q. Courtesy of the day today. Okay, Jack, in fairness to Bamford, there's no need for the low ballers. Any athlete having only one cap for any country, no matter what sport it is shit unless they are injured, lol. In fairness to them, any athlete having only one cap for any country, no matter what sport it is shit. Oh, he's a joking. He's a joking. Ayo's diddled me. So far, we've got Pickford, Bruno Fernandes, Richarlison, Luis Suarez. Seem to be the unanimous wanker 11. Come on, get your wankers 11 in there, guys. I know I'm 10 minutes, but I thought I'd done well to catch up. 8% for Mez, Ari's mum and favourite primary school teacher lurking in the chat. I don't think... Yeah, I think his mum might be in the chat, but I doubt... his primary school teacher knows about this. You know, I don't know whereabouts in France he's from, but I doubt... I'm just trying to make a joke, 78 RPM, and it's not landing, is it? Somebody find me a wanker 11 right back, current. Can we go for Parrot? Parrot? Yes, Robbie. Sergio Ramos, that's another good shout. Is Ramos still playing? I think that's a really good one, BMG. Anyone who thinks Longstaff's championship level is clueless about football, agreed. League One Longstaff BMG, don't get me fucking going here. Do not get me going. Brat, brat. Hot chip panhead. I nearly had someone then, I think. That nap felt good. Please go back 20, 25 minutes. We're catching up. We're only 7 minutes off. Farker needs to learn to swear, break stuff, and throw things at players. Just get hairdryer out. In other news, does anybody believe that Joshua will fight Jake Paul? And if so, will he go full gun? Jake Paul will be lucky to get out alive. If I catch up, BMG, and I feel like I'm on top of comments, I'll talk about it because I'm up for talking about that. Mark, be now, you're away. Can you find me some Wanker 11? We need some more Wanker 11 players in there. Don't get me chatting about that, but I do want to talk about it. Another news, water is wet. You don't live near a beach. I thought I'd call then. I don't think of Joshua. I agree with that. Don't get me chatting about that yet, guys. I want to catch up before I talk about that. Thank you, Jack. I do try my best to be on the controversial side of things. Iggy Pop. Real wild child. Mez got 12%. Get up, Mez. I love it. Good Muller Farker. Hit them likes, and you know it, JT. What likes are we on here? We've got 50 in room. We've only got 57 likes. And we know we're on a rotisserie. We know we're on a spit. We know we're on a... We know we're a big fucking doner kebab up in this bitch. We get them like swinging in your bastards. What did somebody say last week? I wrote it down somewhere. If you're not clicking like, you're a knob. So redeem yourself with a click. Get it up. I'm going to turn into a pumpkin in 5 minutes, so I have to cut loose. Take it easy, BMG. Is everything all right? What's a pumpkin? No, not what's a pumpkin. I know what a pumpkin is, and you know it. But Thorpatch Gate Guard being accused of fence sitting every day with Daniel Farker and Farker out. That's quite good for you, Roger. David James got England caps and he was shit. BMG getting the love he deserves. Does being a pumpkin mean go to bed? Civvy, Winky Wankingtons, love it, Danny Borden. Take it easy, brother. Take care and stay safe. Fist bump. Gabriel Jesus in the Wanker 11. I don't mind Gabriel Jesus. I think you've. I think it's a good effort, Bin Juice, but you're some way off. You've gone for home run and you've missed horrendous. Strike 3. We finally have a proper manager in charge of England. You have to be in top form for your club to get in the squad, and then consistently good for England to stay in how it should be. Grealish goes back to my loan market options. I mean, we won't be able to loan Grealish out, will we? But the bowling Shane, Diego Costa, that would have been a mint shout, Danny Borden. But is he still? He's probably still playing in Brazil somewhere, isn't he? Roger Slicker being absolutely awfully rude to my man Liam Cooper. 78 RPM strikes again. Don't sell yourself short, Jack. You are an international celebrity with an international fan base. Wait a minute. Is that actually the Badger? The Badger knows no bounds, and you know it's 78 RPM. Matty Cash. The Badger knows no bounds, and there's potential, you know. He doesn't have an email or all, and he doesn't have an address, does he? So I can only imagine that the waves of like fan mail that would come flooding in for Badge had they known where she lives, but they don't, do they? So, or you know, she's not reachable, which is part of the mystique, isn't it? You know, it's like bumping into Eminem or bumping into Michael Jackson or Elvis or something. Elvis is dead now, but so is Michael Jackson. Eminem might be dead, who knows? But yeah, you're not going to bump into these people. So, and Badger has very much that type of mystique. Although a few people have spat into him that don't deserve to, truth be told, but tough luck, fuck it. Joshua will demolish Jake Paul. I'm not a fan of Joshua, but he will put him in a low Earth orbit. Danny Borden. I've never liked Joshua, and I would be so. I mean, this is why they want to do it, and they're not going to do it. But I'd be so up for this; it'd be unreal. I'm not a fan of Joshua, and I would love Jake Paul to do him. Now I'm only messing about. I would love it if we beat them. I would love it if Anthony Joshua got in there with him, because that is just. But that's why it won't happen, because there's no way. Joshua's far too rich. The only thing I would say, right, people, they've been on about it all day on TalkSport, saying, that it's it'll be a tarnish on Joshua's legacy and stuff like. Well, it bollocks. Who cares? Like, just go lay him out. I always disagreed with all saying the Ngannou stuff was a tarnish on him and Fury's legacy. Like, why? Who gives a shit? Do you know what I mean? Just go and lay him out. I mean, Fury didn't, but Joshua did. That's not a tarnish, is it? I'd love it if he beat him. Be mint if he just goes out and absolutely lays Jake Paul out and just shuts him out of the industry. Be mint. I mean, to be fair to Jake Paul, if he was to get in there with him, he would go up in my estimation on that level as well. You just think, fucking hell, pal, fair enough. You're hitting head on nail here, you know. I mean, granted, Joshua's going to hit nail on head, but you're hitting head with nail, aren't you? Because the head's got to hit the nail on it, and which way it comes from, it's like it's all coming to you, pal. Roller Blunt, absolute legend. Shout out to Mimi as well. Thank you, guys. I genuinely don't understand the hate to Farker. I get results that perfect, but can anyone remember 7+ years ago when we had nothing but shit? Just be careful. I know, Roller Blunt, it's so hard to like say though in it without being a happy clapper or without suggesting that you can't see, you know, you got your head in the sand, as Roger told me 5 minutes ago. I agree, big man. I just remember how bad it's been, how uninterested I was in games, how much I didn't watch the games, how much I didn't want to watch the games. I also remember in the Prem, like with Marsh, you know, which isn't long ago, and we were playing decent, and I fallen asleep. I was literally, I was racing back from work, and I used to, because I didn't used to go live, I used to just film it, then I'd put reactions up. And I'm like, this 70 minutes in, asleep. Literally just knowing that we were never going to get back into games. So thank you, Roller Blunt. Shout out to Mimi. I hope you're both well. No, Mama Mimi's on the mend. A real fight between them will never happen. I agree, Ming. Yeah, I agree. The fact Joshua is even considering fighting Jake Paul says it's all about money. Failed when fighting at elite level. Enough say he's never he hasn't failed at fighting at elite. I don't like Joshua, man, but it's not. Again, we are holding failure at far too much of a high brow here. This is crazy to suggest that Joshua has failed at the top level. He's been beat to Usyk. He got laid out to Dubois, who's a big, horrible monster, isn't he? Young lad. I don't think Dubois is particularly elite, but he's a big monster, isn't he? I don't think he beat Fury. He obviously got knocked out to Ruiz, who's definitely a boxer, isn't he? I mean, Ruiz knocks Jake Paul into an orbit as well, doesn't he? So I think people are really harsh, and I don't like Joshua at all. I've never liked him. But he's definitely of a level, isn't he? I think it's a bit harsh. And it is all about money. I'd get in there. I'd jump in with Jake Paul and think, oh, what, in December, and then have a big fight next year and you go lay that dick slap out. But like Mingy says, that will not happen because it won't be facilitated. If Joshua's getting in there to murder him, Jake Paul ain't taking the fight. There's no need for Jake Paul to take the fight. They should just take the sting out the... It keeps Joshua relevant, though, really. I think Eddie Earn going on about it, it's just to keep Joshua relevant, really. Keep him in limelight while nothing's happening. Did anyone think that Maresca was a shit manager at Leicester? This is good. In the Championship, but looks like Premier League manager at Chelsea. Money and egos in the Premier League. It'd have been dog shit for Leicester, wouldn't it? When they went up, if he hadn't left, it'd have been dog shit with them. So he did the right thing in getting out, bailing out, and he got a big move, you know. Company went up with Burnley, did well. Burnley was absolutely dog shit. He ended up at Bayern. Bayern looking good under Company. It's the new world order, Richard Todd. I agree with you, brother. It's corrupt boxing. If Joshua even contemplates about with Jake Snake or Bate, whoever the Paul brother is, it won't be corrupt though. It won't be corrupt. No, he won't. Jake Paul will probably have a contract clause for AJ not to kill him. AJ will not take that. He will not. I honestly do not think he will take that. Peter. going to do a poll. Not many people think you have to be poor. You can be poor to get an England app. Do you think I ate them out of date sausages? And I'm eager, I'm keen, Peter, to get a bit of a scope for where people are at with it. Pickford in the wank 11, Richard Todd, he's never not getting in my wanker 11. Now, I was going to actually mention this, like, you know, the get up, the getaway, the get out is, you know, your boy's still here, isn't he? But I'm not saying whether or not I did. However, if you follow the channel, or if you came across the short, I did drop a hint because I went to Tesco's and got a bit pissed. Well, I didn't get pissed in Tesco's, but Roller Blunt airport run in the morning to Chichester. So night everyone matched on together. The points will come. Get up, Roller Blunt. Appreciate you, brother. I know you've probably gone now, but why are you off to the airport? Are you going somewhere, big lad? You have to go enjoy yourself somewhere, hopefully. I can't remember what they were. They were on the third day off, on the third day out. Roller Blunt getting the love he deserves. Gomez gang, they won't be wearing 10-ounce gloves, and if they are, and Paul is not dispatched in the first round, it's choreographed and corrupt. I agree on that, man. But I think Anthony Joshua could put on a fucking. I'm trying to think of a big glove. I don't think there is a bigger glove than a boxing glove, really, is there? I want to say like a clown glove, but like he could put on one of those. Do you remember the fucking what's the thing, the gladiator gloves or whatever? But to be fair, he'd probably be a pack a punch in that because it'd kill. There's not a lot of padding to him. But he basically put 100-ounce glove on and still knock him out. The power coming down the pipe with that guy's. They're not on about his cock before you all start on me again. We all love a badger. Angry Ginge in the jungle this year. That could have been you, Jack. I'm glad it's not Roger Slicker because I'd be an absolute mess and I wouldn't want to hang around with that angry Ginge for 5 minutes. There's my fucking head in. The badger moves in mysterious ways and you know it. She moves in her own way. Oh, I'm bad, you know. Everyone wants a badger plush toy. But does anyone want a Jack doll? Don't think so. Exactly that 78 RPM. Strikes again. Joshua has been in his own head for years. I wouldn't put it past Paul beating him, but logic says otherwise. Honestly, Jake Paul would not. He would. A jab would get flicked out and he'd go, oh, I'm not about this. And I think, to be fair to Jake Paul, I think he's dedicated a lot of his time to it and stuff. And, you know, he's allegedly his life, but he's getting laid out. LUFC Dave uploads a new vlog of the day. You've got to get him on, Jack. I'll message him, Roger. I've stopped doing interviews, though, Anna, lately, which I need to get back on board with, but I've just been fucking honestly so busy, so I'm doing my best to put videos up as often as I can. And to be fair, I've hunkered down and I feel like whenever I've stopped wanting to be, sometimes I just don't want to do them. And I feel like I've managed over the past few months to just do them and not that. To be honest, as well, I've got to explain myself a bit as well. I've not responded to as many comments and stuff because ultimately it does get to a point where I'm like, you start looking at like if the video's done well, if it's performed or whatever, and it's just not. I'd be lying if it's not like, oh fucking hell, you know, it took me an hour that and it's got 400 views and that. And then I think, well, 400 views, if I were fucking playing to a room of 400 people with my music, I'd be buzzing, but it's obviously not what it's about, really. It's just a bullshit thing, in it. But so we're hanging on in there, so I'm doing my best. But I'll start doing interviews again, I think. Might do Monday nights. Monday nights I should be able to do, but I'm just probably being a bit slack. It's just, but I do work like a dirty dog, so, you know, I did 16 hours on Wednesday and then got up at 6 this morning and went off again. Got in at probably about 4, fell to sleep, went to pub. You always sneak that in. And then came here late again. Stephen Morrison, I've promoted you to Stephen there, Steve, so apologies for that. To be honest, thinking about England makes me feel happier than thinking about Leeds at the moment. It's never done that to me, regardless how shit or good England are or bad Leeds are. It's never, England just does not. I had it on in corner there. I just cannot. I just don't give a shit. I don't mind getting stuck into big competitions and that, but if I'm honest, only at quarterfinals. He's not got his setup done, Roger. I'll get in touch with him though. I know he was moving house a while ago, and I've not. To be fair, I've not spoke to him since. So. Steve Morrison, do you think the 49ers are doing anything right? I actually had a lot of faith in them being a proper outfit, and they're far from the worst owners we've ever had, but possibly the most disappointing. Do you think the 49ers are doing anything right? I actually had a lot of faith in them being a proper outfit, and they're far from the worst owners. Possibly the most disappointing. Now then, Steve, do you reckon that seems like a fair assessment? It's not too knee-jerk. Do you think that's managing expectations ever so slightly as well, man? I think we were genuinely signing off having a forward signing off having a hell of a window. And I know this is if buts and maybes, but if Calvert-Lewin had put in 4 or 5 goals, you'd have to say he'd have been a brilliant signing with what he offers to the side. And then if he brought goals, you'd be all in on that. Okafor, I think, has done decent. I think we've signed decent players. I don't need to go through. I did all the signings that started live, but that's basically. I think you're banging middle, Steve, which is probably where I'm at. But I'm happy with the 49ers, if I'm honest, because I think they want to stay in the league and I think they want to push on. And I like anybody that sort of. I don't give a shit what Sunderland are doing. Sunderland have allegedly got it right, and then this is what happens when you do invent and all this shite. I just watch Leeds United. That's all I care about. And I think we're in a position. It looks slightly unfavourable, but we know how bad it could have been and how much worse it could have been. It could have been like Farker has to go because we're on Wolves level of points, My point being is the most disappointing kind of suggests because you had anticipation that you had a lot of faith in them and then they become disappointing. It's like, I actually really believe in this and it's not quite gone as I wanted, so it's shit. If your expectation is low and then the product is anywhere near that, you go, this is all right, this. If it's anywhere above, you go, we're doing all right here. But when your expectation's high and the level's not quite reached, you go, this is shit. Do you know what I mean? If you're going to watch a film, which as you guys know I don't, you go in and you think, right, this is going to be mint. And when it's all right, you go, oh, it's a bit shit, isn't it? In reality, like if you lower your expectation, I don't mean you, Steve. I think that's a really moderate, decent comment. But if you lower your expectation, then you come in. If you come in at 50% and go, let's just have a look at what they do, then I think you monitor it. You monitor it like that. Do you know what I mean? But it's a very good comment, dude. Appreciate you, Steve. The likes of GFH and Celino were obviously going to be a disaster. Yeah, I mean, but that's what I'm saying. If Celino had have ended up being, I mean, Ken Bates, for instance, gets. Well, I've made my point, I think. Joshua would sooner fight Paul than Wilder. But I sort of agree with that as well. Wilder's dead, isn't he, Danny Burden? Do you not reckon Wilder's dead? I think he's brown bread. I agree, yeah. I don't like Joshua at all. But it's better than Jake Paul. That rhymes. MVG darts on me. AJ and Lennox should not be in the same sentence, to be fair. I agree. I mean, yeah. I actually think it was, to be fair, Roger Slicker, because there was an opportunity quite early on where you could see that. I mean, Tyson looked half dead, didn't he? But it looked like he was going to throw that big right hand that he's got, and then he just didn't. I do think there's an element. I do think it's slightly dodgy. Steve's a Pickford fan. Usyk, Dubois, Ruiz, his level's crap. That's mental, Gomez. Honestly, I do. I can't stand him. That's the madness of it. Yes, JT. Fuck. We're a week later and we still don't know. We're still none the wiser. I'm going to email YouTube, see how long it takes them to get back to me. It'll probably take them longer to get back to me than it will for me to just do it. I want to see Wilder and Bamford in the ring. Let's see how the Muppet is now. Forshaw. Bamford, that'll be his 1-2. It'll be like Forshaw's the 1-2. Bamford's a 1-2 as well, though. We need to work on something other than syllables. It's be beaten, Ernie. Question who did Ruiz beat of note after the overweight blob beat Joshua? Right. What's the point of that though? I'm up for it, Gomez, but Ruiz is definitely better than Jake Paul, isn't he? Do we agree on that? Can we agree on that? I don't think Joshua's that good, guys, but I think it's harsh to suggest he's not of the level. He's definitely of the level, isn't he? You know. And boxing is a lot of it's about timing, so what is it? Is it like a I can't remember what it used to be called. I need a piss so bad, guys. Mr. Whitesnake's on the inside. He's ruined the poll. 73% say no. And you bang right. You got me bang to rights, fellas. Mr. Whitesnake's on the inside. That's what I'm saying. I went straight to Tesco and I filmed it and put it online. And that's how you know YouTube's algorithms changed, because that video got fucking like 2,500 views. And then my quick ship vids have like collapsed in terms of views. And you know it, Mr. Whitesnake. You know it. Who would win between Joey Barton and Roy Keane in the boxing match? Probably Joey Barton. I think the disparity in age. I think Roy Keane would have kicked his head in if they were the same age, but imagine Joey Barton's 43, so but Roy Keane must be, I don't know, 54. That's getting old, isn't it, man? Joey Barton would have more left in tank, wouldn't he? You defo gave the sausages some serious consideration. And you know it, Mark B. Jack, you do plenty, mate, and it's not quality. And it's quality, not quantity, in it, pal. And it's not quality. Cheers, Danny. Appreciate you, brother. Country versus club again. Behave. Lose. Doesn't your new company pay for hotel if you go on a long journey overnight? Yeah, it does. It does, Roger. Is that all right? Is that that's surely all right though, isn't it, Roger? Is that allowed? I know that's probably just a statement, Roger, but it seems like fuck you on about. Don't the company pay for you to stay overnight? Like, yeah, they do. Yeah, I wouldn't go if they didn't. Do you know what I mean? I love my new company. I love the guy I work for. He's awesome. But if they didn't, I won't go. Would I? Of that, there's no doubt. Yeah, of course I will. Yeah, I'll go to Portsmouth. Took me fucking 15 hours to get home yesterday. Yeah, don't fucking worry. I'll pay petrol and lot. I don't know what's occurring here. I think we needed at least 2 more. Realistically, 4 more. Yeah, the thing is though, when the signings do start flying in, there is an ember of it. I think we've done all right. I know everybody goes on about Notts Forest, but hopefully they collapse this year and it's all done with. Done for. Needed to get an experienced sporting director. I expected ups and downs. Hey up, Dathy, by the way. I'm still backing Farke 100% to do this. We have been and will be competitive soon as we find our groove. Love it, Dathy. Geets up. The snow sniffs, buts and maybes. Experienced CEO and director of football would be... Gosh. Every fucking week. Oh, it's fucking gone up my nose a bit, that. Probably not what you all want on camera. Gone up my nose. Kipping back at van. I'm only skipping it funks. I'm going to have to run for a piss, but kipping van and claim the receipts. That gets booked for me. And I prefer it, Roger. I don't even know where I'm going. Manager just texts me and just says, right, digs for Tuesday. And I go, right, sorted in a bit, and I'm off. I'm out of there. But you know what time it is here now, don't you, fellas? Because I'm going to lag my pants. I'm worried this isn't going to work because my sound card's not been plugged in, but I'm hoping this is working, but if it's not, apologies.
Yo, yeah. One of a kind, one at a time. Only gotta get a gun on my mind. Hitting my grind, city sublime. I'm trying to find the rest of my mind. It's been defined as being benign, but I ain't got time. It's hard to find. I'm sitting in line. I'm hitting my chime. I'm on the decline. I'm up for the climb. I'm rapping for rappers that never get mine. Rapping for rappers that never get wise. Rapping for rappers that nothing but lie. Rapping for rappers that snap on the spies. Rapping for rappers that clap on the mice. Rapping for rappers that rap in the skies. Clapping for rappers to pass at the time. Chopping at rappers that never get wide. I'm hacking at rappers, I'm snapping the spine. Rapping at rappers, I'm mapping the mind. Slapping the slappers that follow behind. I've gathered them others, I've mastered the mind. I'm one of them kind of finds a mighty fine kind of guy. I'm fine as wine. I've got too much fucking time, but before I'm up, I'll shine. I'm about to find, I'm out to dine, a fight with Pennywise, and I quick apologise if it's easy, write my lines. It's just a line, but it's my time. Hit my main high. Yo, I'd like to die before I'm circumcised. Nothing but living in fear, kicking a coffin, but never to cheer. Giving them something that's ever so rare. Sniffing a pussy, they're putting in here. We're living a pussy, they're cutting it clear. Living for nothing but finding a beer. Thinking of stopping, but never been near. Drinking, be propping up why I'm here. Sticking and swapping, I'll never be dropping. I'm having a coffee, I'll never be coughing. I'm ticking, I'm talking, I'm wide awake. Hitting a profit, you're taking a bit. Hitting a profit, let's make a break. Getting a profit, let's make a tip. Create the story, make a day. Get to glory, then we'll play.
oh, fucking Jesus Christ. I just dropped everything. Just realised also that I left that old Bamford on there, but did that work? I mean, it doesn't matter too extensively if it didn't work, but I realised that. Thank you, Steve. That was me, brother. It was me rapping, Steve. But I appreciate your honesty. The wee wee song is dribbled. Wee. I need a fucking. I should have brought a wank rag in for it, but this ain't gonna soak up the dough. This is the M&S sandwich that I've just picked out my bag on the way home today, Roger. But unfortunately, that wasn't on expenses, and this is not going to work. The reason why I'm doing this is because I normally leave the room until tomorrow afternoon, and then that rhymes. And then I'll come in and fucking put my arm down and go, "Why is it sticky?" And then I go, "Yeah, you poured fucking beer all over gash, lad. Not all of it gash, all of it gaff." I meant to say. No, Roger. No, I did not. I don't mind it, Danny. It's an honest assessment, and got broad shoulders. No badger never gets hurt. The badger's not in there, to be fair. Tell you what we can bring in. Bring some fucking sausages in, can't we, fellas? Good. So, Usk Bow. Usk Bow is an older name for whiskey or whiskey. Whiskey or whiskey? Why is it? Is there two different ways of spelling whiskey? Derived from the Scottish Gaelic and Irish Gaelic words Usic Brether or Usaik Brether, beaver, which literally translates to water of life. Fucking hell, it's come to something when whiskey's the water of life. I know you want, Steve. That's why we got away with it, because when I shared the screen, I didn't. I'd normally get away with it with this. You'd normally see me, but
much fucking time, but before I'm up I'll shine. I'm about to find I'm out to dine and fight with Pennywise, and I quick apologise if it's easy right now.
But you didn't this time, because I left Bamford on by accident. But we'll keep Bamford in there. But as I said, I don't. Truthfully, I couldn't care less. Have you ever used your hot tub with snow on the ground? I've not, Roger Slicker, but funnily enough, I'm getting in it tonight, and I think it might be pissing it down after outside, but I'm getting in the fucker tonight. My back's been killing me, and I've got a charity game on Saturday, guys. And I'm going to do a video. Well, I'm going to actually ask, right? There's 37 loyal members here left. And let me do a poll for this. I'll have to do it after I've explained. So, my school friend died fucking 20 years ago in an hour and a half. Well, not in an hour and a half, but on the 14th of November. That's 20 years ago. My mate died on a school trip, which is fucking mad. And 10 years ago, I did like a track for him, and I wanted to do another one this year, but I wasn't sure where my head were at with it all, like in terms of like, you know, I didn't want Steve saying, what the fuck is this, for instance, or, you know what I mean? What the fuck is this shit? But I didn't, I've started it and then I thought, no, and I fell out with everything I was doing. So I'm going to do a video. I'm thinking about doing a video on here just explaining the whole situation. But then I think, like, I know we joke about being a clout chaser, but I do worry about chasing clout a little bit. But I would like to do just a video. I like to say his name as often as possible. And his name is Joe Lister. So fuck it. I don't even care about the poll, to be fair. I'm just gonna do a video for him tomorrow. I'm just gonna explain the story of it. And it was mentally tragic. Mentally. So yeah. So but we'd like to keep it upbeat in and on and over here, don't we? And you know, but there'll be no breaking down. I'm sure I'm all right, but yeah. No need for a poll. I'm just going to do it tomorrow, I think. Upload it, and that'll be my little tribute to him. It's just the more people I feel like know his name, the better. It's not my meal, to be fair. Fucking hell, Danny. Does a bit. No, I threw him. I threw him. Got a bottle of Via Roma La Lupa, Wee Slurper Firewater, and a cracking bifter. Watching JackCity, that's living all right. Get up, Danny Borden. That's what we love, mate. Thank you, AO. Steve, Joe Lister. 14th of November 2005. What's a canoe trip? I know you would be anyway, big man, so don't worry about that. What I'm saying is he's overhyped and overrated, as are many people in all sports / entertainment in this country. His record is not all that. And when he stepped up, he's failed. I disagree that when he stepped up, he's failed. But I agree, he's overhyped. I thought he was an absolute proper overhyped bollocks. So. God bless you, mate. Thank you, Danny. You're a good egg. As are you, Danny. My mate Gary passed away today. As in, from time ago, from years ago, or today, Danny. Because that's crazy if it's today, but it's crazy anyway. I know it's had a proper fucking effect on me past week or so, to be honest. I mean, it does. I think about him every day. I'm going to do a video tomorrow because I think it's good to just. I'm never on board with like this bullshit where you've got to like speak your mind and talk out. I never want to do that anyway. I don't want to talk to anybody about stuff, but I feel like with Joe, it's just getting his name out. I always start whenever I do a set. I always start with. It's not even Joe's song, but I just mention him at the end of it. It's just like a freestyle thing that Steve thinks is shit. And I just do it. And then I feel like Joe's like, near me. I think about him every day. It's mental. You know, when like you think about people a lot and you think about them that much, you don't even know you're thinking about them anymore. It's a mental thing. And I know I think about him every day, but then I think about it and I think, well, I don't think I thought about him yesterday. I mean, I've thought about him every day for the past month, to be fair, just because it's coming up to 20 years, which is just so mad. But I know I think about him every day, even when I don't think I've thought about him. It's mad. I don't know, a lot of people will go, I'm sure everybody knows what I mean in a sense. It's just a mental thing. It's just fucking mental. Such a young man. It's just fucking, honestly. I don't know how in depth to go. I've genuinely thought about it for a couple of weeks about doing a video on the day of it, which is tomorrow. And I've got day off tomorrow, so I ain't got the night off. I've got day off. But on the Saturday, yeah, we're doing a charity match for him. So all my mates from school are meeting. So we used to all play with Joe, and we were like a good footballer, and we were a really good team. And I know everybody says that, but we actually were. You know, we really were good. And yeah, we're all meeting, which is mad because I've not seen some of my mates for like 10 years. Well, 10 years, because 10 years ago on the day, we all played in a 10 years today football match 10 years ago, and it's 10 years since, so it's fucking mental again. And like, we're all old now, and it's like, I'm now concerned because to try and even it up, I was on his brother's team last year, 10 years ago, sorry, and we got beat. I can't remember the score, but I was like, I wanted to be on Joe's team, really. Because I played with Joe every fucking week and every midweek, played at school together, played in for clubs together, played at district level together, and schoolboy, like York schoolboy, and yeah. So I wanted to be on this team. So I am on their team this year, but on Saturday. But I feel like we're all fucking old, so we might be shit. Do you know what I mean? Then if we shit, I'll be like, oh boy. So I'm convinced we're just going to batter him because we play against his brother's team that he assembles, you see. It'll be a proper good day. It'll be lovely. Unless all my mates have fallen out since. Because I'm like a bit of a lone wolf. I was on my top, so I've not seen a lot of them for, 10 years. Some of them a year, some of them 5 years, some of them only see it at Christmas. And yeah, I'll stop waffling on. Think there's any chance Sheffield United actually get relegated? The Chef clubs going down together would be hilarious. I think Chef Wednesday will go down, but I think my man, just Joe's man, Chrissy Wilder, and my man Lord Bamford will keep them up for certain. So yeah, sounds like a great idea, Jack. 100% you should do a 20th anniversary song for your friend. I was trying, that's what I mean, AO, but I've not, the words ain't coming up, so I just don't want to do it. So I might do it further down the line. I'm just going to do a nice video for him tomorrow, just explain what happened, I think. And hope I don't fucking end up in little, like a mashed potato. No was right. You never forget losing a mate, especially who dies young, rest in peace. Yeah, 78 RPM, it's... Fucking hell, Danny, that's mad. Agreed. That's mad, Danny. Fucking hell. 78 RPM, my best mate died at 13 in 1930. I can't even fucking read now, my head's gone. In 1973, still pops are made from time to time, and I'm glad of that. That's what I mean, 78 RPM. It's you strikes again, as you well know, but it's like I just can't. I mean, I'd never forget it anyway, of course I won't, but it's just like I just think about him all the time. And I drive around all over the shop and I think about him all the time. It's just mad. All the time. It's mad. What happened, Jack? Have you had counsel? It's obviously affecting you, but I don't need counselling, man. Definitely don't need counselling. Lived enough, mate, to know I don't need counselling. Definitely has an effect on me, but I don't find it funny, for instance. But yeah. That's awesome, Jack. Is remembering people in their best way to keep their memory alive. That's my feeling, AO, yeah. Keeping his memory alive and keeping you all bonded. It's going to be mint on Saturday. It'll be proper good. Proper good. It'll be proper good. There'll be fucking 50, 60 of us there. It'll be mint. My mate passed 7 years. It's his birthday Saturday and my son's 15th tomorrow. Yeah. It's awful, Luke. Well, not your son's birthday. It's Dawson. I don't want to misconstrue that, Luke. So you can leave it. Cheers, Mark. That is mental, Roger. That's horrendous. Yes, Bertland, welcome as well, by the way, man. It is rough. It's mental, is that, Andy? Mental Al Rogers, also known as Andy nowadays as well. Playing at, we're meant to be playing at Tad Magnets, but they're fucking being knobheads about saying that the pitch is waterlogged, which one of the lads has been down, and it just didn't. It's just been knobheads. But so we're just going to play up at the school at Tad Grammar, where we're all from. All went to school together. So we're just going to go up and play up there, but they've got like a memorial for him there. So I'm going to get like a big photo on it, memorial and stuff. And funnily enough, I was going to actually go and do the vid up there. I don't know. I might pop up. I don't know. Depends if fucking van tires all right or what. Yes, Mark Bradley. We might beat you to it, Mark. I might be gone by then. Supping this and I'm out of here. Let's lighten the mood with some. Let's get some sausages in here. Sausages and up in this bitch. got more sausages. We're not down to one sausage. And then we've got stuff that gets the sausage going. That gets the sausage going, doesn't it, boys? New Year's Eve 2020. I lost my brother, and up to Christmas Day 2022, I lost two best mates, a man who treated me as his own, and an ex-girlfriend who kept in contact. I feel the lost, mate. It's awful, Mr. White Snake. Cheers, Mark. Appreciate you, brother. I'm all right though. I'm not after any sympathy with this, by the way. I wouldn't have brought it up if I'd have known. It just came out organically, as these things do. Claire Scott. Has she got a brother? Claire Scott. I feel like I do, but I feel like I'm getting confused. Fucking hell, Peter. That's so mentally bad. The gal. I feel bad moving on from that, Peter, but it's, it's just, I know we're all at an age now, aren't we, where, thing is as well, and I don't want to be too fucking much, but like I've had friends since that have died and stuff, and there's just something with Joe. It's just like, mate died when he must have been about 21. A couple of my eldest brother's friends have died. A couple of my middle brothers have died, and it's never had it's just fucking mental what happened to Joe. It's just disgusting. Yeah, it's not far, to be fair, JT. It's not a grammar school. Everything they went to grammar school. It's like, it's not a grammar school. It just used to be fucking 170 years ago or whatever. It's a shithole. So I haven't been for donks, but one of the lads put in group chat today. Look, for off back up there, it looks like fucking Chernobyl. So it's SHIT shithole. I agree, Mingy. I agree. That's what I mean. I wouldn't have done it. I'll do a vid tomorrow. It'd be a shit vid, but I'll do a vid for him tomorrow, I think. I agree, Mr. Whitesnake. I just don't like, but I feel like grief thief or like after sympathy. I hate it when people do that. So it does my head in. I'm not a talk out man. JackCity crew of family. Appreciate you, brother. I don't need help though. That's what I'm saying. It's Joe. I just want it. The focus needs to be on Joe. But then I feel like when you talk, if I did a video or whatever, I feel like it'd be about me, and it's not. I really, truthfully, I couldn't give a shit. We're meant to be kicking off at 1, but they've kicked off JT at, as I say, we're meant to play at Magnets. And then they've kicked off saying it's water. It's a lot of bollocks, honestly. They're just little weasels. They're absolute, honestly, just gimps down there. So they just don't want us to play, I think. The one we're all off back to Clubhouse afterwards in Tad, though. Like, that's fine. And take our money behind bar when we're all getting blazed up in there all day and that after game. And then it just makes it more awkward for people to come watch, because obviously a lot of his old mates will be there, a lot of family will be there, all sorts of people will be there. And then, they're all in Clubhouse. If it's pissing it down or whatever, just go into Clubhouse. Do you know what I mean? It's just ball baggery, in my opinion. But so we're probably off up to Tag Grammar to play, but the kickoff's going to be at 1. Yes, Solenham. I hope you're all right, Luke. Not now, Mingy. Not now. Now's not the time. Now's not the time. I'm gonna remember that for the shit vid. It's not a tad pitch if it's not soggy. That's what I mean. My brother played at Magnets for fucking like 10 years, and I can't think of a single game that's ever been called off. And it's literally a knock around. Do you know what I mean? With fucking, well, eggs is eggs, innit? It is what it is. Luke getting the love he deserves. 100% Luke. Shout out to Luke. Yep. Mingy the man, innit? Mingy the man. You just seen that Leeds last fan on TikTok run a mile every day until they win 5 in a row. She's also started doing the crossbar challenge. I haven't seen that, Roger. No, I haven't. I don't have TikTok, do I? Much to your dismay. Micklefield. I wanted us to just fucking do it at where. Well, it sounds selfish where I live, but just because it'd be mint up in Woodlesford, where they'd let us up pitch. Because Danny, who managed us a bit, he'd be able to sort it out for me. Because obviously we found out early start of this week. But yeah. Oh, Mark, I can't. I'm not going to be able to deal with this. Mr. Bradley. Fucking hell, man. Cheers, Mark. Back in the building, brother. Appreciate it, man. I've been a member for 7 months now. It's madness. Thank you, Mark. I'm not underplaying that by any means. I just don't want to. Who's Danny Goutry? Oh, Mingy, fuck off, though. Yeah, Sue's back. Back again. Cheers, Mark, man. Honestly, I proper appreciate it. Sometimes nearly waving the white flag half at time, but up against it. Not tonight, Danny Bowden. We don't do that. We certainly don't do this for the pound mark. Do you know what I find is funny? So I've probably said this before, but it's updated the software that I use. So Danny Bowden there has put guess who's back, and then I get like a notification type of thing in the panel, and there's a question mark there, as like you've been asked a question. It's to tell me that I've asked a question, but it's obviously in response to Mark Bradley. Guess who's back? It's like, it's just, I don't know if that's funny, but tickled me. Theo Von, Danny Bowden, he's the absolute goat, isn't he? Piss funny. He don't ding dong with me, Roger, because he can't. He pretends I don't exist. I managed to get one reaction out of him once when it all kicked off pretty bad. I managed to get a reaction out of him, but he didn't do it to me. He did it to his. I don't think he could ignore it for much longer, and he just couldn't ignore it for much longer. And then I finally got a tweet or whatever, and I was just like, "Woohoo!" Oh, he's the best, man. He's the best. He's Theo, isn't he? On here we have the best group, just mates talking all sorts and footy. It is. I love a Thursday night, man. Honestly, I was fucking knackered today. I thought, right now, come on. And my mate texted me saying, like, come on, we'll tip boozer on your way home, I thought, well, I've already been home, but I thought pop out for a pint and get back to boyos. It's funny. I do like it. I love my Thursday nights, man. Gives me something to fucking race home for. Fucking Voldemort. I must say, I think it's a pretty funny nickname, to be honest. It's so stupid as well. But he owes the club to. He owes the torch to the club, doesn't he? And I owe the torch to his knackers. So he's never safe. For enemies, I've said before, I'd be up for having a chat with him, but I don't think he'd want to talk to me. So because I'm only fucking about. None of this stuff's serious to me. So football's obviously serious while you're watching it, but it's not. You know, life's a lot bigger than football, isn't it? You know. A lot more shit going on in people's lives than the game of football. It just takes your mind off football. So it's only I'm only playful. I proper appreciate you, Mark Bradley. You're a legend, mate. Word on the Vine, Joe Wayman and Voldemort parted ways. I think it may very well be some way off the word on the Vine there. I think. Roger, didn't they stop doing their podcast together about a year ago? I don't think they've fallen out necessarily. I don't really know, but definitely that can't remember what they used to call it, counterpoint. That hasn't been going on for donks, has it? So I think the parted ways. I'd say, get up, Mr. Whitesnake. He has the best one-liners of all time. He's not a full shilling, but he's bright as a button when it comes to expressive language. It's mad, isn't it, Danny? Like how he'll like. That's why it's so mint to watch, because it's like you can see him like he processes things in a proper interesting way, doesn't he? And he'll like whip something out, and you think like it's both funny and true. Do you know what I mean? Intelligence is not just being book read, is it? And I'm not saying Theo Vaughan's not, 'cause I'm sure he's a very smart man. I just mean like there's more to it, in it. It annoys me a bit when people say things about people like you can't, like the local numbnuts can't be really funny in Boozer. Do you know what I mean? When they'll go, oh, he's fucking done what? It's like, no, he's piss funny. Have you listened to him? Like some of the stuff he comes out with, like he's funny, he's intelligent. Do you know what I mean? He's clever, just works his nuts off. He's a, you know what I mean, a normal bloke, and he's piss funny. Don't want any limelight, don't want to be on camera, don't want to do, he's just piss funny. And I know it's not Theo Von, but I just mean like in terms of you can be very, very many different things, can't you? Like both my brothers are really funny. I managed to draft our Dave on here once, but our John won't come on. It's like they're really funny. I think they'd be brilliant on here, but you know, and they're busy and they're just not bothered. Do you know what I mean? It's like I get it. And Theo Von, you can see him process stuff like it's unbelievably like. Sometimes he'll say stuff and I'll be like, fucking hell, man, that's pretty deep, man. Pretty damn deep. Mark Bradley, we just roll it over, don't we? We started at 8:30 tonight, so you get a good hour of us, don't you, in the chat? And it always winds down at this time, so we get a bit more mania in the chat. Of course I did, Roger. Who on earth? I'm offended, Roger. That doesn't surprise me at all, 78 RPM. I can't believe you don't think I came up with that, Roger. Nobody else dares say out about him. Volda's waiting for his back pad for 3. That is, and you know it, Mark Bradley, and you know it. That's the whole point. Just waiting, sitting on his heels, just like fucking on edge of his seat. Like he's had to be on his heels because we've been winning so many games, and it's like I'm on my toes now. We're off. He tried to do it at the start of the season, and then he did. That's when he went on his apology tour. That's when I couldn't stop laughing about it. I hope he does. I'd buy it. I'd buy it and I'd stab myself. Take it easy, Mr. Whitesnake. Thank you, dude. Cheers for tuning in. Interesting to see you here as well, because that joke's gone on it, Mr. Whitesnake. You've become too active in here. So, you know, we know you're not here, but now I'm starting to think maybe you are here. Not all educated people are intelligent, and not all intelligent people are educated. Absolutely. You can be overeducated. People can be educated to a level where they think they're intelligent, and it's like, no, you're not, mate. You're overeducated. You think you know something about world, and you ain't got a fucking clue. You've never seen a bit of danger in your life. You've never been in a fight in your life. You've never, and not that's what it's about either. I just mean in terms of like being like book smart and well read on some bullshit thing. Is that? But you don't have a better instinct than most people do, or you just think you're right about stuff. You just read something or you've heard something and you think that is right. And then you're so like, you've lied to yourself for so long that you're the most intelligent person in the room. It means you're right about everything or whatever you think you've read more of. Like sometimes the bloke to your left who don't know what you know in terms of like the bullshit in and outs of it. Like, yeah, but he knows. He's got a pretty good grip on it, I reckon. I mean, just his gut instinct is, I trust it. And I think a lot of the time, I think a lot of older people have that. That's wisdom in it. And it's, that's where obviously respect your elders comes from, though. And it's rude to suggest that, you know, your grandma and granddad you don't owe so much to them, and your mum and dad and your great grandparents and your ancestors, you owe so much to these people that you don't even realize, and they're seeping through your veins. You owe them so much more than you think you do. And then people like, you know, I'm not abusing the youth because everybody does that as they get older, don't they? But there's a tendency to just fuck off what everybody before you has said and go, no, I'm going my own way with it. It's like, the reason why you're reading this book out of this fucking stupid library in your fucking secondary school is because all your ancestors have literally like died for you to have this life you've got, you ungrateful bastards. But yeah, it's not even being ungrateful, because you can be grateful and be thick as shit. I just think you can be really intelligent and thick as shit. Just totally unlived, totally don't have a grasp on stuff. And everybody's wrong, by the way, as well. I'm not saying, you know, everybody thinks they're right about stuff, and I don't know. I think what's that thing like with wisdom, like where you realize how much you don't know. And I think that's when you're actually clever, and you think, I don't know all about this, and I know I've got like a pretty decent grip on it, but I don't know all about it. Talk to somebody that knows more, and you feel like a fool again. Do you know what I mean? But they don't hang around with people that make them feel like fools. They hang around with what they deem as fools. They think these people are fools because this girl's at uni, so she thinks you're an idiot because I didn't go to uni, so I'm an idiot now. I'm not having to go at anybody here in real life, but I just mean. And then they hang around with a lot of people that they think are fools, and that makes them smart. So put yourself in an arena amongst your peers or amongst people that are much more intelligent than me and my mate, but actually know all the facts as well. But their gut instinct's probably right, and they listen to the guy that's intelligent. I'm off on a waffle here, but I mean it. Be careful of who you're trashing. Mr. Whitesnake getting the love he deserves. That Tash of Vold, I've not seen it, to be fair. I've not seen him for ages. Has he got a Tash? Don't confuse intelligence with memory. That's a very good one, Mingy. Absolutely. That's the type of shit where people just can like whip a fact out or say a certain thing. And it's like, oh, are you intelligent now? Like, because I don't know that. I can't remember that. I can't remember. I had to Google who we fucking played 3 games ago. I didn't realize we beat West Ham 3 games ago. I can't remember that. It's not, my people's brains don't work like that. I can't remember games. I can't remember who scored in games. I can't. It's probably due to drink a little bit, but I'm joking. But you know what I'm saying? It's. I know for a fact Voldemort's aware that his nickname is Voldemort, Roger. That's why I know that he ignores the fact I exist, because I know these things get to him. I know it. I know it. Truly, I know it. I know it. And he just pretends that he doesn't know. It's just a madness, but it's funny. So fuck it. Well, that was a nice snap, says Joe Depp. So what have we sorted? I'm guessing we've agreed Maureen coming in as head coach, found a system that follows us to play Peru alongside another reinstated Mez. And you know it, Joe Depp. Love it. Karen is a unit of measurement for bad takes. Love it, Solonum. One smart fella, he felt smart. One fat smeller, he smelt far. Love it, Danny Bowden. JT's off to bed. Take it easy, big man. Appreciate you, man. Don't want a name call, but I will. That Brownie kid with Vold is brilliant. Vold has never an answer for him. Very balanced view. I know Brownie. He's good at footy as well, he's Brownie. Very good at football. And I agree. But again, he'd pick his war against. But I don't know if Brownie still goes on his channel or not, because I honestly don't watch it. I know nobody believes me, but I honestly don't. Brownie knows what day it is. And you know it, JT. Get them like smashed for us, guys. On your way out. Some intelligent people have no common sense. Absolutely. Standing on the shoulders of giants. Leader among leaders, fucking PBD says a silly statement. But Mark Bradley, are you a fan of Gabe on Voldemort's fantastic channel? Look at your hands, they're dirty. We'll end up with dirty books that way. I know what you're saying, Danny. I don't read dirty books. Brownie is awesome. I agree. Brownie's manager of Ossett Town. He played at a good level, did Brownie. He's honestly a really good player. His brother's good as well. They're both rapid, but I remember particularly I played with his brother. And his brother is really rapid. Although I think your Brownie's rapid as well, but his brother was also rapid. Bang on my mate. He's thick as pig shit, but he's the most intelligent guy you will meet. 100%, Luke. That's what I mean. It's like sometimes you have to like use, and I don't mean this disrespectful to my thick as pig shit mate that's really intelligent, but they have like a noble. They have a bit of a wisdom to them, and you talk, and you just got to maybe just read between. Use your intelligence to actually read in between the lines a little bit, and be like, right, that's actually. It's same as being funny. It's all the same thing to me, intelligence. So, fuck it. I'm pretty sure just Joe doesn't know his name is Voldemort. Vol's growing a tash for beard November. Wears Harry Potter rims and he has the boogeyman's hairstyle from Halloween. Gabe Statman hates stats. Most of them are nonsense. Yeah, I agree, Matt Bradley. Stats are shit. You can make them look however you want. Luke Hogg. I don't think so, man. What about Pete Loaf? Luke Hogg feels like it rings a bell, but I feel like it's probably just my mind playing tricks on me. Don't put Joe in Volume 2, and I'll get right behind your Voldy grievances if you don't put Joe in Volume 2. Joe's a beast. He's a proper good lad. He really is. But, my guys, shout out to Mingy, shout out to Mark Bradley, shout out to Roller Blunt and Mimi, 78 RPM. I appreciate every which one of you. Shout out to Danny Bowden, Joe Depp. I'm going to nick that, Joe Depp, because I think that's quite funny. Skeletor, you made me do some coke. Nah, I'm up all night and it's no joke. Never seen any of it. That's why I stopped tuning in. As soon as he turned into your dad's dirty fucking VHS from sock drawer, I knew I had to turn out. I don't mind Gabe, but I can't agree with that. Just Joe's the boy. Now the end is near and you know it. Take it easy, everybody. I'll jump in for a quick shit vid tomorrow. Yeah. I appreciate every which one of you more than you'd ever imagine, honestly. Sorry the last 20 minutes were a bit morbid, maybe, but not morbid, but take it easy, everybody. I will finish this way. I'll probably pour it all over Gaff, but take it easy. Team Faka. Cheers, Mark. Cheers, 78 RPM. Strikes again. Sausages for days, boys. Take it easy, Joe. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
I don't wanna play no games. No, I don't wanna play no games. No, I don't wanna hear your promises. You do you and I'll do me. That's just the way it is.
Boom.